What is up, guys? It is Pup, your coach of the Green Bay Drilburs, and today we have week 7 of the Zero Zone Draft League. So today we're taking on Kung Fu Panda and the Esmir Eternal. But first, before we go over that, I want to go over the standings really quick since we're pretty far into this season. You can see us, we're down here at 9th. So top 8 make the playoffs. I'm sitting one differential out of the playoffs right now, which is not too bad, but I definitely need to improve if I want to make the playoffs, because I know 2 of my wins are at least against Wolf and Ditto, which are number 15 and 16. So a win here would be huge for me, huge confidence booster as well. All of my games have been very close, but this game today might not be that close. So let's just go over our team. First of all, this isn't my starter. I'm gonna go over their team real quick. They have Enamorous Incarnate, Weavile, Gliscor, Slowbro, Scizor, Bronzong, Regidrago, Snorlax, Quillfish, Glimmet, and Ambipom. And their Terra Captain is the Enamorous. So they have a completely disgusting team. They have the walls of Slowbro, Gliscor, Bronzong, even bulky Scizor. They have Snorlax. They have the offense of Enamorous, Weavile, Regidrago, Scizor. They have Toxic Spikes with Glimmet, Quillfish. They can set up regular spikes too. They have literally everything you could ask for. Regidrago nukes my team, besides for Florges. But as you will see, we're not even bringing Florges this week. We're taking a very, very scary and high risk, high reward approach this week. So we are going to just try to break them and sweep them off the bat. So first of all, we're going to start off here with this Dragonite. So I'm running Weakness Policy, Extreme Speed, Dragon Dance, Roost, and Fire Punch. So if stuff gets chipped late game and I decide to come into this thing and I Dragon Dance and Weavile can't click the triple axle, because that's a DLC 2 move and this is a DLC 1 league. So I'll live any one ice move that they want to go for, and I'll get a Weakness Policy. I'll get +1 speed from Dragon Dance, +1 attack from Dragon Dance, and I can kill them back with Extreme Speed. I mean, this requires that there be no Scizor in the background, no Ambipom, because they have priority and I can't kill a Scizor in one hit. But I can also roost off damage if they're in Bronzong or something and set up on it. Even if Bronzong or Slowbro clicks Toxic, I don't mind getting up to +6 and just nuking 1 or 2 things before I die. That's kind of the theme of this team. I'm running Max Attack. Decent amount of speed. That is going to outspeed a max speed Adamant Scizor. And then it will also outspeed a 0 speed Gliscor. Next we have Masquerain. So this could definitely be a lead. If I see Weavile and Ambipom and Regidrago, I think I probably lead this thing and set up webs. But if I don't see all of those things, then I can save this thing to be a Quiver Dance sweeper. Because if I get 2 Quiver Dances up, I one-shot Enamorous, Weavile, Gliscor, at least. I'm pretty sure Slowbro, Regidrago, Quillfish, Glimmet, and Ambipom. So they don't have too many answers for this thing once I get 2 Quiver Dances up. I mean, obviously they have Ice Shard on Weavile, and they have Bullet Punch on Scizor. So it kind of requires those things be out of the game, but it could easily happen. So that's why I'm bringing Masquerain. Max Attack, Max Speed, pretty much, not fully. This is gonna outspeed a fully speed invested Scizor, a 0 speed Enamorous, and it'll be, well, you know what? Let me just put it here, and then I'll speed tie a modest Regidrago, or Adamant, I guess. Next, we're gonna have Greninja. It's the Battle Bond set, Life Orb, Dark Pulse, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Low Kick, running in the Rash nature. So with this, after Stealth Rocks, I kill Snorlax with a low kick. And everything else dies pretty easily. Sorry about that. So everything else dies pretty easily. So if I get a Battle Bomb boost, I could definitely sweep late game. Obviously, again, Ice Shard, Bullet Punch, Fake Out is really tough to deal with. But I resist all of those except for the Fake Out. So eventually late game I can sweep with this thing. I brought Hydro Pump, which can definitely miss, but I needed it to, I think I one-shot the Scizor after a boost. And maybe 2-hit KO the Bronzong now. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens with this guy. I feel like it could be very, very good. And it will also outspeed the max speed Enamorus by 1 point. Next we have a Booster Energy Great Tusk. So you can see the theme of kind of just like a bunch of sweepers on one team. We got Close Combat, Headlong Rush, Ice Spinner, Knockoff. So this is really good if we get the webs up. Because then it just outspeeds their entire team, barring, I mean, I probably won't outspeed a Gliscor if they're max speed, and I won't outspeed the Enamorus since they don't get hit by the webs, but I'm gonna boost my attack with Booster Energy and just destroy their team. I don't really care about the Weavile, Ice Shard, or the Scissor Bullet Punch because I'm super duper bulky. And I'm also EV'd in speed to outspeed a not jolly Gliscor, I guess. And then I just have max attack to be able to nuke things. Got this Pothra running Key Berry, Speed Boost, Calm Mind, Roost, Stored Power, Terra Blast with Terra Fire. So I thought I had to bring Terra Fire this week so we can take on Scizor and Bronzong. It also hits a Weavile, super effective. And then Stored Power can hit everything else. The one thing that can really wall me is Slowbro. But once I get that out of the way, or if I get it like pretty chipped, then I can set up on it and destroy it. And if it doesn't run Toxic, I just beat it 1v1 anyways. So I have this nice Chinese EV spread here. I mean, it doesn't really do that much, to be honest. The speed is going to make me hit a Modest or Adamant Regidrago. I have a little bit of special defense and defense to hit those like even numbers, which are very good. Some special attack, and the Key Berry will boost my defense after I get hit by one physical attack. So if I get hit by an Ice Shard by Weavile and they bank on Ice Shard plus Bullet Punch killing me, then it will definitely not kill me. So that's the thought process with this set. It also just gives me an extra boost, which is better for stored power. So this thing could also potentially sweep. It could just break something. And if they don't have Slowbro, then this thing just straight off the bat can put in a lot of work. I could lead it if I don't see Slowbro and just Calm Mind and nuke like 2 or 3 Pokemon on their team. Last but not least, we're going to have the Arcanine. I have Blunder Policy, Rockhead, Stealth Rock, Flare Blitz, Head Smash, and Wild Charge. So Head Smash is actually really good against their team. It's probably what I'll be clicking 90% of the time, but if I miss, then it sucks. So I put the Blunder Policy on, so I will be getting +2 speed, and that'll make me outspeed Enamorus and Weavile and everything on the team. I don't even need so much speed investment to get there. But I have this speed investment so I can hit a like non-invested Quillfish, and I also hit the Regidrago and Scizor. So I thought that would be pretty nice. Stealth Rocks are also great against their team because it lets me sweep more, breaks like any sort of focus dash that they might want to run on like Weavile, or Glimmet if they decide to bring that. Does a lot of damage to Enamorus, Weavile, and the chip on Snorlax is really important for me killing with a low kick on Greninja after a boost. So that is my team. It's definitely a very interesting team, not defensive one bit, but that's all I could really think of to bring in this battle. Who knows how it'll go? But yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys in the battle.
Here we go with my battle. This is done in post because I accidentally muted my microphone for this battle and 2 of my other leagues. So a couple of these are going to be commentating as it goes on. But I just had this battle. So what I'm thinking right now is whether I should lead Masquerain or Arcanine. Because if they lead with a Gliscor or even Slowbro, it's way better to lead Masquerain because I can threaten a one-shot on the Gliscor and threaten to set up on the Slowbro. But if they want to lead Bronzong and set up Stealth Rocks or even lead Scizor, then it's way better to lead Arcanine, and I can just go for a Flare Blitz and claim a kill on one of those. So right now I'm going back and forth, but when we just look at their team, we notice that their Enamorus is the Terra Captain and their Terra Fairy. So no defensive Terra, it's got to be offensive. I'm thinking Choice Scarf probably. We also see their team, they have a lot of really bulky Pokemon, so I'm expecting an offensive Scizor. I'm expecting rocks on that Bronzong, and then maybe Swords Dance Gliscor. If they send out Scizor, I could easily click Flare Blitz and it obviously will kill. But if they go into the Slowbro, I can click Head Smash, and depending on their spread, it could be a 2-hit KO. So right now I'm going to end up clicking Head Smash. Of course, that's a spoiler since I haven't done it yet. We're going to click Head Smash, they go out to Slowbro, and they reveal to be completely bold, bold 252. So I will not be two-shotting them. So the next thing I think of is if I go out into Greninja, it will one-shot them from here with Dark Pulse since they have no special defense bulk. So I could either do that, I could set up Stealth Rocks, I could Head Smash again. Let's see what I choose to do. Go out to Greninja. They go for Thunder Wave and miss, which is amazing. I just get a free Dark Pulse off here. Don't care if they want to go Scizor, Gliscor, nothing really wants to take it. So go into Scizor. We're going to take a good chunk, no leftovers or anything. And now I'm reading my calcs here, and that is fully specially defensive. So not really what I was expecting. They're going to be 252, 252 with a careful nature. So if I want to try to click Hydro Pump, it's a roll to kill. I could also Dark Pulse, which has a better chance of flinching, and then I could try to kill it. Or I could switch out here because I don't want to die to a U-turn. Just looking at their team, if I get more chip on this thing, then Greninja can absolutely sweep their team. I want to get this chip down a little bit more, and then voice crack, Bronzong a little bit more. So I decide that I'm going to save this thing, and I know that they're going to U-turn. That's the best play. Think about going out to Grey Tusk, but if I go to Grey Tusk, then they're just going to go right out to their Enamorus and threaten me, so I don't want to waste my booster. I don't really want to go as Pothro because it's going to do too much damage to me and waste my Key Berry. And if I go Dragonite, it's going to break my Multiscale. Masquerain is going to break my Focus Sash. So I really debate here whether I'm going to go for this Dark Pulse flinch or the Hydro Kill or Arcanine. Eventually, I just choose to go to Arcanine. They U-turn, obviously, are just going to go into Slowbro. I mean, they could go Gliscor here, but they don't. They go Slowbro, so I'm just going to accept that this thing dies and set up my rocks. They Thunder Wave and miss me. It's fine. I'll just try to Head Smash. And spoiler alert, I miss. Get my Blunder Policy, so I still outspeed them even after the para. Get a Head Smash off. They're going to slack it off. And then I miss the next one and they kill me, of course. But that's really fine. I just need to break this Slowbro. So what I'm thinking now is I could either go Greninja and Dark Pulse it and probably get Thunder Waved unless I flinch them or crit. Or I can go Great Tusk and knock off whatever item it has and try to kill that. I know with Great Tusk that I'll be able to kill with a knockoff into a Headlong Rush. So I feel like that's probably the best option. So go to Great Tusk here and get our attack boost and just knock this thing off. Does 50%, which is huge. Gets rid of the boots. We live a Scald and it does not burn. so we can just click Headlong Rush. I almost click Ice Spinner here, predicting either Enamorus or the Gliscor to come in, but I just think that it would probably be a better play to go Bronzong anyways. So I just Headlong Rush, and they stay in and let me kill it. And that is huge because it really opens up the door for any of our sweepers. Now here they go Enamorus, and I just have to sack this thing. My team does not have anything to eat and attack, so I just sack it. They go Moonblast here, and I could easily go Greninja because I will one-shot with Ice Beam and then get my boosts and potentially be able to sweep. But if they're Choice Scarf, then I'm kind of screwed. So I decide that it's not good to go into Greninja, obviously not good to go into Dragonite, and I could try Masquerain and click Quiver Dance, but if they're Choice Scarf, then they'll just two-shot me anyways. So having Terra Fire here on Espathra is really big. We get to tear it into a fire type to resist the Moonblast if they're Scarfed. And if they are not Scarfed and they predict it and go for Earth Power, then I can still live it. And I think about just clicking Roost and trying to get my speed boost up to threaten this thing out. But I ultimately decide that I have to Calm Mind so I can live them reliably. So they do Earth Power on my Terra, which is unfortunate, but I get a Calm Mind up, and now I'm faster because I know they're not Scarfed. And so I can just click Roost and stall this thing out a little bit until I have enough stored power boost to destroy it. They Terra Fairy, which is interesting. I mean, just gets rid of their flying type, I guess. And I live that Earth Power. I live another Earth Power on 19. So either they could get a special defense drop or crit me, and it will like be the end. But they try to Calm Mind, and they are contrary. So, and at the end, they said that they were Scarfed at first, and that's why they had contrary, and then at the last minute they changed it to a Calm Mind set and didn't change their ability. So that's really good for us, because we can just knock this thing out with the stored power. And at this point, stored power almost sweeps their entire team. So I could really just click it here, but I have a calling. It says to click Calm Mind because Bronzong, or click Roost I guess, because Bronzong does not die to one Terra Blast yet. And then they go out to Gliscor. I click Calm Mind because I know they're just going to Earthquake me. It's going to do a lot, but I get my Key Berry activated, and now I know I can sweep them. So I go for Sword Power, knocks out the Gliscor. I go Bronzong, and this thing might have Earthquake, which could kill me, maybe. So I just click Roost, and they end up showing Calm Mind, which is fine by me. So at this point, Terra Blast is going to do about 50. Does 55 here. They Calm Mind again, so I won't be able to one-shot them with this one. But they are just stored power, so they can't really do too much. And after that, Espathra gets to kill Scizor with Terra Blast, and it gets to kill Enamorus with stored power, and it gets to kill a Regidrago with another stored power. So we get the Espathra sweep here, which is amazing. I was hoping for this day. Ever since I drafted Espathra in like the first round, I really wanted to sweep. I brought the perfect set for it. Key Berry was clutch in the end to give me the extra boost for stored power. It was really nice that I didn't get special defense dropped or crit against the Enamorus. And that's pretty much like what happened the other week when we played. I think it was week 2. I tried setting up on Ogerpon and it got better damage rolls over and over and ended up wearing me down. But this week we ended up outlasting it, and Espathra picks up 5 kills, I think. That killed everything except for the Slowbro. And yeah, so I'm very happy with how this battle went. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Finally get to see a sweep from me. I have a couple strings of good battles, so if you didn't see my battle on Monday, make sure you guys watch that because that one was even better than this battle. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next week's battle. Take care.